So is it not possible if you can type it down and upload it on additional resources? Because I'm struggling to see your handwriting a bit.
Okay, no problem. What I will do is I'll upload it under the additional resources so that everyone can access it. Is that fine?
Yes, that's fine. And could you also upload the recordings from last week or any homework
Yes,
that was given last week? Because I didn't know there was class last week.
definitely. Most definitely, I will do that.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
All right, you most welcome. Yeah. Okay. So any issue, guys, about functions? It should be straightforward. So basically, by just looking at the graph, you should be able to determine using either the vertical line or the horizontal line whether this graph is actually a one-to-one function or not. And then by just looking at the graph, also you should be able to. So now today we have seen the definition of the absolute value function. Last week we have seen the definition of the square root of x squared, and then I'm trying to see now if you guys you notice that there are relation between the two. So let's see. I said early on that absolute value of x is given like this: is x if x is greater or equal to 0, minus x is if x is less or equal to 0. I try to shorten it to make it short. Otherwise, I can remove the equal 0 part and then put a 0 in the middle, which is the same thing. Now look here when you see that the square root of something squared, that is actually absolute value of x in a reality, because it's actually I'm trying to reduce to what do you call it, to try to shrink the first definition so that you can see it's actually the same thing. So basically, the square root of x squared and the absolute value of x is actually just the same thing. Now you should know going forward that there's no much of a difference between the absolute value. Now earlier on I showed you how you find the value of a function at a certain output or at a certain input, or you find, I mean, the value of the input when the output is given. So now based on that, if you are looking at a graph or if you are looking at a function, you can easily evaluate the value of a function at a given point. However, if you are looking at it, and then you can also sketch the graph because you can see that the function is given. However, if you are given a graph and you are working backward, you should also be able to use that either using the horizontal line test to say is a one-to-one, or either by just looking at the graph, by looking at the x value and the y value, by checking that, then you can find the value of that point, which will help you to find the x values. Great. Or if you are given a table, you should be able to actually sketch the graph. So now, going forward, in terms of domain, range, and function, and one-to-one function, we are settled, right? So another way of me saying is, like, let's say there are some type of function I didn't ask you to find the domain. We did, but we did. Let's say I'm giving you a function called p1 of x, given by, let's say, x squared plus 2x plus 3. So I can literally ask you to find, let's say, the domain gp1, and also find the range, the rp1. So basically, it's another homework. I'm not sure, I hadn't give it to you the last time. And then perhaps maybe the way of sketching the graph. So I think in terms of sketching the graph, I don't think you will have an issue. But then there are some certain type of a function that we didn't speak about a lot, the rational functions, which also part of the function. You see, there's a certain type. I only gave you 1 divided by x, and I ask you to find the domain. But then let's say if I take g of x, let's say equal to x divided by, let's say, x plus 1. Or let's say I take h of x equal to, let's say, minus x divided by, let's say, x squared plus x. Uh, uh, Minus x plus 1. In fact, I should take, yeah, minus x plus 1 divided by x squared plus x. Or there are certain type of function where you're supposed to know that for you to determine the domain. We did see how you find the domain last week. And then from the domain, you should be able to also sketch the graph and also determine the range. So I'm going to say for the above function, find the domain, let's say, find dg, and then find also dh, and find also RG and also find RH for the range of H, and then RG is for the range of G. Great. Yeah, I think apart from that, any other question that you guys need to ask in terms of domain and range before we can move to some. Oh, in fact, we reach our time. But just any other question? Okay. If you don't have a question, then maybe perhaps I should say we'll stop here so that I can do the admin part to upload some of this recording. The previous recording, I was waiting for Visar to. Remember, we have taken Visar last time, and we asked him to actually cut the recording into 7 minutes. But I think he's still busy with it because he said he had a work. He might not be able to finish. So, however, if he finish and get back, then I can upload all of those. However, I was actually thinking of uploading the link to the recordings, to the Teams recording, so you guys, you can access it while we are waiting for the recordings to be cut into small pieces. Is that fine?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, excellent. Let me see if there are any other questions. Otherwise, we can end up the discussion today here. Okay, guys, do you have any other question? Do you think we schedule another discussion tomorrow or the day after? Because today I was caught by surprise that I have like a 5 hours meeting that, in fact, I just finished before I can join you guys. So unfortunately, I couldn't be on time because I had to go and give a presentation there. Please, any other question, guys? Today, unfortunately, we have very few. It seems like having the discussion early in the morning is the best solution, right? So maybe I should put it at 8 o'clock or at, or I don't know, at 9 or at 10, something like that.
Make it
What
10.
do you guys? 10 o'clock in
think
the morning. Okay, so the last one we had was 9. So let's see. Let's try to make it 10. I'm not sure if I'll be able to make it tomorrow. If it's not tomorrow, then the day after. So if I can't make the discussion tomorrow, then the day after I should be able to make the discussion so that or maybe on Thursday. So I'll try to see if we have maybe two or three discussion during this week so that we can push this chapter, and then we should be able to, so that the students are able to submit their what do you call their assignment and be prepared in the meantime. Any other question, guys, before I stop the recording? Hello?
Not on my side.
Guys, are you okay? All right,
Yeah.
guys, if there's no question, then I'm going to stop the recording. We'll stop for today. And then maybe perhaps if I can be able to make another discussion